when did you start getting into real estate? Like maybe just a 5-minute journey of real estate
Sure.
and then where you're, where you're at now.
Definitely. So the real estate started more so out of a need. When I was 19, as I'm sure a lot of people when they get into college are like, what do I want to do? And I have to figure it out. Same for me. I thought I had to figure everything out. I thought I wanted to be an international business major and with a minor in MIS, but I needed to also find a way to pay for college. So real estate allowed me that kind of asset to pay for college because I didn't want to have a boss, nor did I want to have an 8 to 5. Got my real estate license at 19. I would help students find apartments, and those apartments would pay me for finding those renters. So I paid for all of college with that. Then at 21, as a college student, I made a sale of a $1 million condo and I got like $20,000 in commission, like as a student. And then I was like, hey, maybe real estate is something that I want to do. Upon graduation, though, everyone's telling me like get a stable job. You need to be doing something that is going to be making you money, which I'm sure a lot of people can relate to, where you graduate and you're like, I still don't know what I want to do, but everyone's telling me stability is what I should get. But those moments, those moments that tell you, like intuition tells you, don't do it, go with what your gut is telling you. And I'd always been intuition based, but I guess not that much as to go like against what a lot of people were telling me to do. But I said, screw it. I'm going to go for it. I did the real estate thing right out of college, and I didn't make a single sale for like 6 months, 8 months. And then I made a sale in March when I met Diego Corzo. I joined his team. And then from there, it kind of started picking up. And that's when I started to do real estate. Long story short, joined Diego's team. We became business partners. Now I mentor several agents. This was about 4 years ago when I joined the team. And I went from 0 sales to now about 130 to 140, which is about 80 million to 85 million in volume. But I mean, it's a testament to surrounding myself with the right people. Also being disciplined. The discipline is so important. Like motivation is bullshit, honestly. It's all about the discipline, is keep your word and do what you say you're going to do. And then also just putting in the work when you don't see the results. Because I didn't see the results, even though I would put in the work a lot, until I started seeing it slowly picking up. And then it snowballed, So those were the things that I was like, damn it. But it all worked out, thankfully. Just kept going and going. So that's like a short story on the real estate side of things.
Yeah. Let's stay there real quick. What did that maybe first and second property look like? Because from what I remember, you house hacked, and that's a strategy that Diego and I talk about it. Everyone, within our circle of friends are like, yo, the shortcut to becoming a millionaire and success in real estate, especially if you're young, house hacking. So walk me through maybe that first and second house hacking, what you had to do to get it.
Definitely. And the 140 was sales. So I don't own 140 properties. It's 140 sales. But the first house hack, it was a new build. So I bought this home and I lived in one unit, not one unit, one room, rented out the other. So it was a 4 beds, 3.5 baths home, new build. So I got it under contract with a deposit, and the home wasn't finished yet. So I got it under contract. And then by the time it was finished, about 6 months later, the home was already worth way more than what I got it under contract for. So like I said, I house hacked it. A year later, it's worth like 100,000 more than what I had it for. And I got a home equity line of credit. And with that home equity line of credit, I now lend people money.
You mentioned getting into a new build. That was your first property. And I know you were a big proponent of the new builds because you get in early. And then especially with appreciation, you're out in Austin, Texas. It was just skyrocketing at that time. And by the time the last house got built, usually the first houses also went up in value, correct? Is that kind of the strategy that you use for new builds?
Correct, because with the builders, usually you just get the home under contract. The only thing required is a deposit. You lock the home's price, and then given that builders build in phases, the same exact floor plan will probably be sold. And with that, if the same floor plan is sold for a higher price, your home is worth more now. So yeah, I love the new builds because of that appreciation potential. Now it's not that high, but during COVID, it was extremely high.
Mm-hmm. So I want to ask you this, because we definitely got into the market at times where it wasn't 7-8% interest, right? And we still preach that, hey, house hacking is the way to go. You work with a lot of clients. I'm not an agent, so I want an agent's perspective on someone's investing in Austin, Texas. They want to do the whole house hacking thing. They want to reach financial freedom, financial independence. they want to cover at least, eventually up to 10K in semi or passive income through rental properties, house hacking, and then maybe co-living. How would you get that first one? Walk me through that process of how you would help someone get into a house hack today with today's rates.
Okay, today with today's rates, the most important thing is always really asking the person what their goal is and what's the market expectation. Because the right time to buy for someone is always different than the right time to buy maybe 3, 4, 5 years ago. So this is all based on the individual, and it's not based on what other people are saying or this and that. So the right time to buy is more so when that person's ready. So I always ask several questions to really get an idea, but what are the expectations? If they have the right expectations, great. And then what's your goal? Nowadays, if you're house hacking, you most likely will not be making cash flow. That's the reality of things. And you have to at least know that, hey, at least my money is going towards building that equity and those tax incentives, as opposed to maybe the money going down the drain. So I want these people to have the right expectations. If you're house hacking a 4-bed, 5-bed, you're probably still going to be negative about 500 or 1,000. But some people would rather do that than renting and not really building any equity whatsoever, or getting tax incentives, or maybe getting a HELOC on that house. So it's always about expectations, but I always guide people through that. And I ask questions to really delve deep into, does it make sense for you or does it not?